Get this one going. Stuart
good
mentioned
bets.
this, right? The fact is, Senna has been something that Nova have played incredibly well.
Yes.
I also feel like it's because teams haven't been able to punish them well enough, right? When they have gone for the Senna, Nova this time around, going for the Corki again. Maybe this is why Degon says they need to ban this one out.
Yeah, if they're not banning it, they're going to pick it. It's definitely one of the highest priority picks from the WRL teams. Two main reasons, right? They love to take fights around objectives. Package is going to give you a great time at doing that, and Corki gives you the inevitable scaling factor as well. No need to rush the game out. No need to play it so slow if you're confident, or so fast rather, if you're confident you're going to be the better team by the end regardless.
Rolster Y respond with very staple picks for the WCK, the Kazakhs, a massive pickup, and the Ziggs as well. But the response from Nova, strong one coming through, Lee Sin for long.
I really like the response coming in from Nova. You have a challenge being issued right now. Long is saying, "Do, I'm going to come and take you down. I'm going to play a faster matchup here, and I'm going to punish this Kazakhs pickup," which frankly, Grandin, has been a bait many times in the past.
It has power doing objectives, and it has power taking out isolated targets, but more often than not, we see a lot of issues trying to scale up the Kazakhs, especially the tempo that Lee Sin kind of provides.
All right, so we start to see a formation of what these two teams want to do here. We start to get the idea. Rolster Y, it's very simple. We're opting into a poke composition. And you got to keep in mind, if you're playing a poke composition, what can you not afford to do, Grandin? You got damage. You can't afford to fall behind. You have to maintain tempo in the game. You have to keep some sort of gold lead here, because the moment you start falling behind, Nova with the Camille, with the Corki package, with the Lee Sin, they're going to run you over.
So I see haven't cast it together in a little bit.
Yeah.
And the moment we get back, the pop quizzes start up again.
I thought you would be ready, you know?
They're testing me. You're testing me. Like how Nova are testing Rolster Y right now.
I think it's the other way around. Rolster are testing Nova. Rolster are saying, can you break us with this early game team comp that you have? Because Nova kind of have the burden to play it faster right now. Camille does have an inevitable late game power, but Rolster Y, if they get a lead, their comp is going to be so oppressive to play against.
I want to see how they finish off the composition, right? Because they do have quite a bit of power now, but there's still a lot of room. Two more picks can entirely change the direction of a composition.
100% here. Lux, Alistair, support picks being targeted. If you see Nova's team comp, what are they looking for right now? They're looking for a support and either a mid or dragon lane flex on the side of Rolster Y, either a support or a top or mid lane flex. So a lot of flexibility in the drafts, a lot of options available right now, but Rattel's going to get target banned.
I love what Rolster Y is doing here with the Lux ban, because the Lux is something that has been kind of the option when you don't have the Ziggs, right? In the bot side, when you want to be able to deal with the heavy wave, clear the lane from the Ziggs, you come in with the Lux, and that does so much for the team.
Yeah, you're going to get rid of the shielding as well. When we talk about Nova, what do we always talk about? It's the fall facilitating. One, Lux is a champion that does that very well. Alistair is a champion that does that very well. Long would not have the late game scaling factor this game, but if you give him setup for the early game, you know this guy can run away with the game.
Greg is coming through for Rolster Y. Powerful bot side, though, still quite flexible. Like you've mentioned, this is that top side, support side flex. You know, you want to have flexibility there. Nova get to decide what they want to finish this one off of. I kind of want to see, so we already have most of the top side settled here for Nova. I kind of want to see Remake and Yami come in really strong this bot side, right? Take them on aggressively.
Well, that's one.
does well with that.
Yeah. That's a start here, right? What are we saying Nova is looking for? Options to engage with. Rakan definitely gives you that. He can play off the Camille, he can play off the Lee Sin, but on the side of Rolster Y, this Gragas pick gives you so much value as well. You're a tanky frontliner, you can play to disengage, and typical picks here from Nova. Yami will play utility for his team yet again. Nian is going to be on the scaling factor. Iza is going to be one of the primary carries on that Camille, and Long, the entire first 10 minutes of the game, it's all going to be about the Son of the Dragon here.
The Son of the Dragon, the one that's going to bring Nova closer towards the win perhaps here. Rolster Y needs to see how to respond to this one. A lot of pickup potential on the side of Nova, and very good pickup potential. You hit them with the binding, very easy to follow up and finish off a kill.
Not a big fan of this one, I'll be real with you.
They go with the Wukong instead. Not a big fan of which one?
I'm not a big fan of the Wukong last pick here. I feel like maybe there was some better options you could have gone for. Some kind of safety, some kind of security. You can kind of hold the Camille on the side lane, but eventually you will lose that matchup. And Wukong doesn't really fit the rest of the team.
If they want to poke so much tempo.
It does, but you also have to keep in mind that I can't be diving too deep. My team wants to play back. They want to poke. If I dive in, get a big Cyclone down, my team might not be able to follow up on that. So you got to keep in mind that you can't go too aggressive here on the side of Rattel. But he's a great player. That Baron lane matchup, it's going to be very exciting to watch.
All right, let's take a look at game number one coming through. And you are right, we'll be playing the Morgana. And so two mages in the bot side trying to hold out, buy some time for the rest of his team. So a lot of focus here on Zero, a lot of focus onto Long.
Brandon, I did miss that. I missed hearing you say you're right. Haven't costed with you in a while, and that's the first thing I hear today. Really starts off my day, right?
We'll hope to see one of these two teams start the day off right as well.
One of them definitely will.
Nova made a claim, said this is a 3-0 day for them.
Mid lane already starting off with some fighting. Nian burned the exhaust and Zero burned the barrier here. But we do see the J starting to get a bit of control in the lane. That's what should happen here. But he shouldn't be able to do too much with it because his jungler is a little bit slower.
I think both sides will take a little bit longer. I think first initiative might be had by Long, but for the most part, I don't see teams really trying to take aggressive moves before they hit those big ultimates, right? You think about a lot of the team identity, it comes from having those big ultimates, these big
He loses this though.
He's in a bad trade here.
Yeah, really good trade coming in from Batal. He's wasting his sweeping kick, burning the Ignite, and still losing the trade there. Big dub for Rattel.
And Yami with an interesting move towards the top side,
Very
trying to get some vision. You know, he did this towards the bot side as well.
They're going to 3-man the rip buff right now. So Iza doesn't care about the trait. He wants the tempo. He wants to push out his wave so they can 4-man on Do's rip buff. Look at this. They're just stopping Do from farming.
But Do does have vision of this. So Long is so low. Spotted out, but the smite is available, so it gives a lot more help over the Long. Do's by the side. Knows he needs to be able to jump out if the time comes. Gets out in time. The wall starts to move in. The body slam used early. Ita is going to get first rotation over. A little bit late to that is Rattel joining in the team now. But it's not looking so good. He's been spotted out. He has a flash over the wall. Long chases after. Nomel by the side gets the flash body step. And it's Rolster Y with first blood as Zero flashes away from Yami.
A big skirmish there, but it turns out to be Rolster Y that win that one. It's a little bit baffling to me. So many things went wrong for Nova in the setup. They got a bit too greedy. Long took too much damage from Zero in the mid lane. That whole series of events, it's just a bit baffling, isn't it, Grandin? Both of these teams looking a bit sloppy to start things off.
That was the first kill in the knockout stages.
And what a way to have it.
What a way to get this one off.
D-Gon started this by saying, these teams have hands. And the teams responded by saying, yeah, but sometimes we play without our brains.
That's rude.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see a replay of that one because the series of events was so odd right there. It turned out Iza did indeed not care about the trade. He just really wanted to force wave prio. But as a result of that, Rattel has the HP advantage. Rattel baited Long in to dive over the wall. And Nomel, credit to him, he was in the right place at the right time. I've been saying, you guys maybe give Nomel a little bit too much credit. But at least in game 1 of this series, he's showing why he's been deserving all that credit.
Yeah, that's this one off strong. I will say it is a little bit interesting. Rolster Y do manage to keep up in gold, but the gold distribution is a little bit strange.
Yeah,
a good
right on your support.
That is going to be on Nomel, right? So. Not so much in the mid side, not so much on the jungler, but honestly, not a huge loss. It doesn't come up to be a full component.
Here's something to think about, right? If you're playing a support, first kill or like early kills on support, it's actually pretty good because support time a lot of fights.
You get a lot more. You get a lot more items. You get it right in quickly.
Look at
Nomel. Rocket Belt is already completed. Pro Belt here for Nomel because he did manage to get that early kill, whereas Yami does not manage to pick up a blue enchantment for himself.
Yeah, early power spike timings on supports can be so effective. If you get a Proto Belt, if you get a Gargoyles, you can be so efficient in some of the early skirmishes, especially pre-objective spawn timing, pre-5 minutes. If you take a fight, you have a Proto Belt, you have a Gargoyles, you're infinitely stronger than your counterpart. Nomel was strong there, but they opted not to take the fight because Nian had mid-prio, so they just backed away.
I love what's happening here by Nova, right? Yami's leading the way, Long is right behind him. They are pulling Rolster Y around the map. Noel, granted, is matching well, but it's Nova that determine the pace.
Nova do indeed determine the pace. They have that Lee Sin, and that's what they're playing around. But it's our favorite point in the game, Brandon. It's the mid laners getting Hellbreaker and piecing out to the side lanes.
Oh, yeah.
Point in time right now.
Favorite part of the game.
Yeah, best part of the game. And we start seeing the handshake between Remake and Luna, the Ziggs.
Second best part of the game?
What is the second best part of the game?
Is when Corki picks up the package, but has the Hellbreaker, so he's in a side lane with package, going, guys, I can join it. No, split push. No, guys, I can definitely fight here. You know what? It's too late. My package is expiring. I'm gonna pop it for lane pressure, you know?
It's something we see a bit too often, but with the 8 best teams in the world here, I think maybe we start seeing that a little bit less. Okay, Gargoyles gets completed for Yami right now. I like that play from him, burning away the Blast Cone. What objective will Nova go for here? I do believe they're posturing towards the Herald. WRL loves that, gives them so much tempo on the map, especially if you have a Camille. Camille, Lee, Herald, that's one tower gone.
They're going to start up the Rift Herald. Yeah, Nova do want to pick this one up for
trades, Brandon. We're going to see a fight.
Especially against the Ziggs, helps them so much.
Corki has not picked up the package. He would not be coming, but it's gone.
Yeah, it's really far away from the fight. They try and jump in.
He gets
Stealing
it.
it away is Noel, doing an amazing job here for Rolster Y. Do goes down. He's gone a little bit too aggressive. Dragon's Rage away from Long. Noel has to flash away. A big cyclone from Rattel. He tries to flash over the wall. Second knockout, not dead, available. Long still alive after the exchange.
Rattel had the second charge of the Cyclone, but because of the forced downtime, he was not able to spin to knock Lee out of the kick. That could have turned around for Rolster Y, but it all starts off with them punishing Do, picking him off early, and it was Luna and Nomel with the double artillery barrage that takes out the Rift Herald at the end there.
How low does this go?
Really low. Look, because the Ziggs out comes in and the Gragas out comes in. They spike it at the same time while Long is disabled. But as a result of that, Do jumps in too deep. He tries too hard to spike it, and he gets bursted out.
Yeah,
Rattel
there
here
we go.
so close.
If he just had enough time for the secondary cyclone.
Fraction of a second away, frankly, but it didn't pan out for them at the end of that one.
All right, either way, Rift Herald picked up here for Rolster Y.
Oh, man, but this is big for Nova because they still have the package. They didn't move Nian around. They found a solution to what you were talking about. Corki and a Silent Powerbreaker, you can't join the first fight. Fine, pick up the package for the second fight here.
Dragons are up here by Rolster Y. Eats a little far away, and so it looks like Rolster will be the ones to pick this objective up. Unless Long is able to find the steal, he goes into the pit. It still goes over the Do. Long uses flash last fight around. This time around, still gets the Dragon's Rage to kick away. Package comes through. Nian taking damage. Look at how low they are in the pit. One more auto attack to do it. Zero with a pickup kill. A second onto Yami. Rolster Y trade back beautifully.
Really great job from Rolster Y in a lot of these fights right now. They will not, they will have the Rift Herald. They will be able to take the mid lane down with Rift Herald plus Central Charge. But first turret goes over to Yeezer. And this is what the WRL teams do so well. You might think you win the fight, but they're always taking something on the other side of the map. Turret does not go down because of Yeezer.
Yeah, Yeezer coming in with the flank means that the Ziggs won't be able to hit the Satchel Charge to take down the turret. But Rolster Y, I think, are going to be happy with this exchange nonetheless. They should be getting pretty close to the turret pickup. Exhaust here onto Zero. And we see here this side lane matchup where you have two Outbreakers and the exhaust on the end. It's a brutal slow death. Auto-attacking and auto-attacking his way away.
You know, we always see the tanks in the side lane and we call that a wet noodle fight. But when you have double Hullbreaker in the side lane, pretty much gives you the same end result as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my point. That's it.
Sure.
Redemption being picked up. We're starting to see some power spikes come in. I'm liking this new trend of Baron laners picking up the Redemption, especially on something like a Camille, where you're going to be side laning a lot, where you're going to be finding angles to join the fight a lot. Gives you a way to really be useful to your team while you do that.
I see how it is.
Yeah, but the difference, Grandin, is that you build. Hear this out, okay, audience? Think about this the next time you listen to Grandin casting. He built a Redemption on Draven in one of my games.
It's a good item.
To be fair, he stole the Elden and we won the Draven, but look at Do.
Nice pickup on the Do. This is the response we need to see from Noah, but the flash up for the Kha'Zix. Do gets away.
Okay, that was a really nice attempt at the combo there from Long. Problem is, he didn't buffer the Q at the right time. He went for Q kick. Idea was there though, really close to taking Do down at the end of that one. I like the aggressiveness coming in from the side of Nova, and I think it's the point in the game where we start talking about the scaling factor here. Both of these teams have scaling, but I think if we go truly late game, Nova will have the edge. It's just that Rolster Y will have a timing in the mid game, maybe a minute or two down the line when the next Dragon spawns when they're really strong.
Rattel not in the best spot here. Hashtag ultimate, and they do manage to spot out Rattel. Again, secondary Cyclone a ways away, not able to keep up with the move speed from Ita. Ita gets out.
Nomel was a bit antsy there. He didn't wait for the secondary Cyclone to come in. He was worried about Rattel's life, and that knocked Yeezer out of the secondary Cyclone, so he wasn't knocked up twice.
Undoubtedly some nerves in play here.
Yeah, that happens for sure.
But not the biggest loss. You know, it is potentially one kill, but that is just one kill. I want to talk a little bit about Rolster Y's journey up until this point, because it seems like as they play off against better and better teams, they seem to get more comfortable.
They do. They've truly been leveling up as the tournament progresses, but this will be a big challenge for them right now. Second Rift Herald getting started off. Package is available for Nian. He's going to be very scary here.
Facing off against what might just be the best jungler in the Icons Global Championship. They lead off again with a kill going over the remake, taking down Do. No response here from Zero. The second Rift Herald goes down and over to Nova Esports.
Perfection and execution coming in from Nova. Yummy and Long, they identified exactly what they needed to do. This is why the WRL teams are so good sometimes. The killer instinct, the snap decision making coming in from Yami and Long right there to one-shot Do the moment he overstepped.
You use Rift Herald on my mid-lane turret, I use it on yours. Nova Esports trade back tit for tat.
Yeah. And you're going to have Nova possibly taking the bot lane tier 1 here as well. Yeezer and Nian in the wings.
There we go. That's the redemption. Power redemption.
Like that.
This is why I built redemption on Draven.
Never thought about that one, actually. Using it to buff up the creeps, giving them a little bit more health so you get a couple more knocks on the turret. Good play coming in there from Yeezer.
So Nova will pick up their second turret of the game, and that's going to be the main bulk of their goal difference in this game so far. I mean, kills pretty even. Most of the trades have been pretty even. A big difference would be on Long, I suppose.
But Nova's going to be very happy for sure, right? Long is definitely a part of it, but if you look at Yeezer, this is the scaling factor that we talked about. This Camille is going to be the late game win condition of Nova, and he already has close to a 2,000 gold lead over Rattel, and it's not going to get any better. This is a matchup which will favor Camille more and more as the game goes on. And you talked about Rolster Y in their journey here, how they look a little bit more comfortable every time they play. I want to talk about Nova in their journey here. I want to specifically talk about their matchup against Team Flash, which we pegged as the best non-WRL team coming to this, right?
Sure.
Nova had a very clear game plan going to the series against Flash. They said, we just need to shut down their jungler Zissou, and we're good to go. This game as well, they have a very clear game plan. Dou arguably is a weaker jungler than Zissou, and every time he's made a misstep, Nova has been right on top of him, not letting him play the game. And they're looking to do it here again around the Dragon.
I mean, the crowd control on the Lee Sin, for it being only one spell, is a massive spell to have.
Yeah.
And Long finds absolute highest value on it in every single instance. And when he does not, that's when Nova don't win the fight.
Yeah.
And so you can very clearly tell when Nova are going to have a good fight by how good Long's ultimate and his presence in the fight is going to be.
Yeah, the team just has very good timing at playing around Long. When Long goes in, Yummy will go in like this.
I love the positioning here from Nova.
Fantastic.
Yummy leads the charge in. A 3-man knock up to start the fight. You have Zero isolated over by the side. Iza dives in a little bit too far. Gets caught out. A kill goes over to Rattel. Now the response back from Rolster Y. They want to fight, but Nova too slippery to catch.
This is all Luna, by the way. Every play has been Luna saving the day. He might not be playing Lucian, he might not be playing Vayne, but that's why I love this guy. He doesn't need to play these champions. Did you see his Ziggs Infernal Bomb there? He single-handedly saved the day for his team.
Silently impactful. Nomel over by the side trying to block out Long. Long picks up the Black Shield once again into the pit. He goes in once again.
No.
It's Dou that secures it. Yami dives in. Zero with the final auto attack to take down Long despite the flash.
Do you know why he's caught the Sound of the Dragon, Grandin? Because in the WRL, Long has one of the highest percentages for Dragon steals, Herald steals, Baron steals, Objective steals. Right now, he's tried twice against Dou. Even 3 times if you count the first Herald, right?
Sure.
And he has been getting outsmited every single time. Rolster Y off to a fantastic start here in Game 1.
Nomel even stole it with his, I think, ultimate?
Yeah, it was Nomel's out and Luna's out, chained at the same time.
Like, my goodness. It's just a ridiculous chain of events. I feel you can really tell the pressure on Long right now.
Yeah.
And it's like we mentioned, you know, when he's not present in a fight, doesn't have that much presence in a fight, they don't win the fight.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. And there's a reason he's feeling the pressure as well. He is playing the Lee Sin. He's been getting some fantastic kicks off, but you gotta keep in mind, he will get outscaled. The scaling factor on the side of Nova comes from Yeezer. It comes from Nian. Long will not be a strong factor as the game progresses. He has to look for plays now. He hasn't been able to find it. If you think back to the first play they went for, the topside jungle of Rolster Y, it's Long that dies giving up first blood. So he has not been off to a good start here, and I can understand why he's feeling the pressure a little bit.
What an interesting position here for Rolster Y, right? You have Long, who's actively looking for a play, and Yeezer, who is not actively looking for a play, but he's very far ahead.
Yeah.
Right? He's very far ahead over Rattel, and so if he goes off to the side lane, he just gets so much work done.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit strange now because Nova, they want to have the Camille come in, but they also want to have a side lane split pusher. It's so awkward.
I think they can do it all. I think at this point, Nova, they can have their cake and eat it too. Not necessarily right now, but very soon. Once the Blade of the Ruined King completes, like right now, Iza can do anything he wants on the side lane. I don't think any one champion is enough to stop him. With that in mind, he should get perma priority, and if he has perma priority, look for Iza on the Camille to come in at the side around the flanks every single team fight. Look at the EXP lead he has over Rattel right now.
Of course, Baron is the next objective, or rather the only objective up on the map right now. And so both sides are looking to see if there's any opportunity to steal it away, if to sneak it out. I think Nova noticed that as well, and so do not want to give Rolster Y that space. Next one, though, Elder Inferno. Rolster Y picked that one up. I think they're in very good position to win the game.
They're in a really good position to win the game also because of their team comp, right? Elder's amazing. But with the poke comp that they have, Elder Inferno is basically a one-shot around Luna. They want to jump Dou, but the backup is here from Rolster Y. Really good presence of mind from this team right now. I'm very impressed with what we're seeing from Rolster Y in this Game 1, Grandin.
looking fully refreshed coming into knockouts. The few days they've had off look very good for them.
Yeah, frankly, think about the journey that this team has had, right? They nearly got 2-0 by Immortals. Let's be real about that here, right? Immortals came very close to winning that series. Rolster Y held strong, pulled true, and now they're taking a lead against one of the best WRL teams in the form of Nova.
I was going to say, it's a good thing we don't have any NA casters on right now. But I think Digon kind of counts.
Yeah, Digon counts. He's had a lot of hopium.
Sure. And a very interesting series between Immortals where Rolster Y were able to hold on and turn it around.
Yes.
But now in a different position, right? Now Rolster Y, they're kind of in an even position. You could even say they are in the lead sometimes.
I'd say they have a lead, yeah.
You know?
I'd say they have a lead, but they have a pressure to extend that lead, to secure that dragon. Because if the game state goes on as it is right now, Nova will come to a point where Iza and Nyan will just completely take over the game. But Rolster Y do not have a poor late game as well. Keep in mind how they won that series against Immortals. They held on in the late game, their macro was good, they knew how to play the map. And that's what they need in this game if it continues the way it is.
I really do like that Zero is picking up some damage now finally here as well. So off in the side lane or in the team fight, you know, he's going to be able to do more, have more impact.
Yeah, Cerulda's Grudge is a very big power spike for that Jace. Every shock blast you land does a lot of damage, slows your opponents down. Luna on a big power spike timing as well. 3 items on that Zig. Seraphs is completed, has the death cap. But if you look at Iza, man, his build just gets scarier and scarier. The moment he finishes the... I do believe Spirit Visage is what he's going for. He's going to be hard to kill. He's going to be healing a ton. Just going to be a menace in general.
Sure. Spectre's count. I think it is going to be a Spirit Visage. And once he picks that up, makes it easy for him to deal with Luna. That being said, no clear-cut assassin for Nova Esports, so difficult to dive that back. I think Luna is still relatively safe.
You say that, but I think Long is the assassin here. He needs to find... So the way he's been playing out the game is he's been trying to win 5v5s, right? He's just been trying to get a big kick on one target, knock up multiple, and just let his team play out that way. It's not a bad way to play the game for sure, but if he gets a pick onto Zero or Luna, that could be very scary for the side of Rolster Y as well. Good job from Rolster Y. They've drawn their battle lines very well. They've not allowed Long and Angle, but I want to just look at Iza's build. I want to talk about how great it is that he has the Spectre's Cowl and a Chain Vest. He understands that this fight is do or die. Components are not going to help you. Just get raw stats right now. And if you win this fight, you win the game.
Turret down here for Rolster Y, offering them a little bit more space in the mid lane and around
this is the flank that we're talking about. Look at Long.
Long's looking for this back line. Luna very
Rolster
far
Y
away.
So smart.
Very intelligently discover Long's position in their own jungle. I would have never noticed that, I'm sure. And so it is a very good sign to see here for Nova. Maybe
They want Doe.
if they're able to pick up Doe, versus the team coming quickly here to try and respond, try and keep their junglers safe. But of course, Guardian Angel up for Doe.
But that's kicked used, and that's the biggest team fighting tool from Long. That's huge as well. Things are looking good for Rolster Y, Grandin.
Remain taking a lot of damage.
They have the inside track of mid lane. They're going to shove in this wave. They're going to dance the dragon, and if Rolster Y don't respond, they lose mid lane tier 2.
You have 2 places for pressure. Iza off by the side, might be the spot out.
Fantastic
Noel pulling attention away from the
Wow.
Camille, so they have no way to stop the turret from going down. Rolster Y with the turret pickup, but Noel now in danger. Needs to start dashing away. Uses the body slam away and towards his own team. Nova Esports cannot pursue.
Okay, but Iza, he's created a lot of chaos right now. He's chunked out some members on the side of Rolster Y, and
What's
that's the
happening
cue. Nova are going to start it off.
In the fog of war, Nova Esports start up the dragon. Rolster Y coming in now. They're going to get some information. Nice knockback on the Yami. Yami looking to come in. The dragon's going to go down. It goes over to Nova first. Rolster Y looking for the first kill of the fight, trying to find something back. Trade back for the efforts for the lost objective. Iza's still alive, so very tanky. The Camille so strong. Guardian Angel comes across all by the backline. Rolster Y has still yet to finish off a second target. Remake might go down, but he once again goes golden. Long coming in now.
Wow.
The response here as the dog binding lands onto Noel. Noel falls. Rolster Y set back, and it's Nova with 2 kills and the other Drake.
Nova get the Elder, they get the kills. No, Long once more, but he's not going to be able to get anything here.
Absolutely once more, but it's Rolster Y to get to go
man.
away. Nova will have to be content with the pickups they've got.
They're definitely not content, I can tell you that much. Look at their faces. They knew they messed up. They knew they had it in the back. But any little slip-up against a team like Nova, and they will punish you for it. What's the mistake here? Nomel overextended. That's it. That's literally the only mistake here. And the killer instinct coming in from Nova. They call it immediately. Let's start this dragon off. They do not have the Ziggs ultimate to check this, to chunk us out, and they're low on health. The fight starts. It looks good for Rolster Y, but it doesn't matter because Nova already has the dragon. And look at how they play out this following team fight. They just kite it out so well. The push and pull from Nova's team fighting here. Just dancing around Rolster Y.
And honestly, being able to keep Remake alive for so long with the utilities still up, and then you see him use his Hourglass, so many of those in this fight. Long's Guardian Angel is still up, by the way.
Yeah, the timings on the Hourglasses are fantastic from Remake and Long. They Hourglass at the right time, in the right place, so that their teammates can follow up and keep them safe.
Perhaps
and look at Nian, he's scaling's online.
Perhaps one of the closest games we've had in the Icon Global Championship so far. Two incredibly strong teams playing it out.
Yeah, it's such a heartbreaker for Rolster Y if they don't manage to close out on this game. But with Nova having the Elder in their back pocket, Elder Inferno at that, I'm definitely going to say their favorite right now, especially considering the Camille factor, the Corki factor. They're not going to be falling off. They're going to keep scaling as the game goes on. GA now completed from Iza. You couldn't even kill him once before. Rolster Y, you're rapidly running out of options. Remember what we said at the start here. You cannot fall behind on a comp like this. And they've fallen behind.
I do believe the GA is down for Iza, and so there's a very
He just got
window.
He just got it.
Okay.
Trust me.
They have a window to where they have to take down Iza.
Yeah.
And then move on to the next target. I think Rittel.
Wow. But look at the damage coming in from Nian as well. The Corki's online too, so you take down Iza, then you have to worry about the Corki, you have to worry about Nian.
Difficulty taking down Iza the first time around, and now with the Guardian Angel, you can see how confident Iza's able to play, pick up the target for himself.
We're basically at the point in the game where Camille can 1v2 on a side. You have to send 3 members if you want to shut him down. And that is such a heartbreaker, because if Rolster Y send 3 members down to deal with Iza, they're going to lose the Baron. It's just stuck between a rock and hard place right now, frankly.
Have to try and force a fight, but it's going to be difficult to do that too. The package is used now, so maybe a fight started here for Rolster Y could turn out favorable. But still going to be very difficult. You have to be so wary of every engage you try and trade.
But look at how scat they're playing. Look at the map right now. Do you see any red wards? Not one on the map. The entire map belongs to Nova. The vision line belongs to Nova. They even have that little ward there by the wolf camp, so anyone going to gank Iza, he would know about it. This is just fantastic execution from Nova, and this is why we say the game's not over against a WRL team until you kill the Nexus. Any little slip up you make, and they will claw themselves back into the lead.
Securing that late game, Nova just have to finish this one off. Pick up the Baron, shove in the lanes, let Iza do his thing.
Yeah, he's full build right now. This Camille does not get any stronger. He's going to run the show. Full build on Long as well. That's a little bit less intimidating, but still.
Perhaps here with Zero might be able to find some respite against Iza. The fact that he has the Hullbreaker in a side lane against the Camille, maybe that's what Rolster Y have to do.
Yeah, the Hullbreaker is going to help him a little bit, but the moment Iza kicks him once in his face, he's basically going to lose half his health. It's such a tough situation to be in. This is a little respite here for the side of Rolster Y. Being able to sneak away that Scuttle Crab gives them some breathing room. But that's only for a minute. You're going to be in trouble again soon.
Gives him a little bit of vision for now.
Look at that kick. That's what we talked about, right?
Very quickly, the amount of damage coming across the catch-up.
Oh,
the catch onto Luna. Those not to walk in. Nomel can only watch as the Ziggs gets taken down, trying to trade back, but taking down Long, but Long again has his Hourglass. And so you see, once again, very difficult time taking him down.
No SGA here.
Still a lot of damage coming in through. The exhaust lands onto Noel. Noel has to flash away, dodge away from the Dark Binding. Rolster Y only get the Guardian Angel from Long.
You can sense the frustration right now coming out from the side of Rolster Y. So many members keep dropping so low on the side of Nova, but you can never finish off the kills. You can never convert on the kills and the play. They're just so good at kiting out the team fights. And you look at the gold graph. The moment Nova got a lead, they just ran away with it. Fantastic play coming in from Long. That's what we talked about as well, right? You just need to find the one kick onto Luna. And when you do, the world becomes your oyster. Like this.
Good part is, I suppose, that Rolster Y had never allowed Nova to extend their lead too far, but now, reaching a strong point, couple of members with full builds on the side of Nova, Rolster Y clamoring, trying to keep up.
Okay, the game right now is firmly in the pockets of Nova. They would have to make a mistake to lose the game at this point, but what can Rolster Y do? I think it's desperation, but they need to find a way to kill Iza. If you're gonna ask me how can they kill Iza, I could not give you an answer, but they have to find a way.
Maybe it's in the side lane, maybe it's in zero, but you can see how difficult that's going to be. The redemption comes through. Precision, protocol, and tactical sweep. A combo enough to take down zero. The Guardian Angel gone so quickly. This is an unfair fight, Omo.
It's always gonna be unfair. Look at this. Challenger number 2 appears and he just gets kicked.
Turret going down soon. Rolster Y need to find a response to try and stop this. Nian taking damage here. The response from Rolster Y is to send Luna to the bot side.
Look at the top half of the map though. The moment Rolster Y send members down, full control from Nova. They take over your entire top half jungle now. And they say, Rolster Y, if you walk into us, we're gonna have to throw some hands. Okay, no, we're not. We're just chilling.
Maybe they're gonna catch on to Luna.
Luna smartly just gets out of the situation there. The moment he gets tagged by the Sonic Wave, will satchel himself out. Zero has a bit of damage right now, but he's not exactly scaling. Jace is not a late game champion. His power spike is over. If he gets sent to deal with Iza, it's just such a tough situation for Rolster. Why I just wouldn't, it's not enviable at all. If you send Zero, he's gonna die. If you send Rattel, you lose one of your biggest team fighting tools. What do you do at this point?
Looks like they send Rattel.
Okay, and no Maladat.
2 members to try and deal with the Camille, but you can see the vision provided here by that wall means Iza knows that he needs to start moving away. Nova getting control around the Baron once again, though forced off.
And now comes the Baron Duns, right? This entire series of events now. Let's just see how Nova is going to try to choke out Rolster Y. Remember what I said, Grandin? 2 members can no longer kill Iza. You need to bring 3.
Yami's right there. Noel picks up the damage reduction first. Dodges away with the body slam.
Okay, that just happened. Nomel gets out alive, but he gets chunked out a little bit here.
Luna knows he needs to poke them out. He needs to do some damage over time. Give Rolster Y some breathing space, but it's so difficult.
He's doing his best. He really is doing his best with the bombs now, but it's just not enough. Maybe if they got the Elder, the situation the game is in would be different. But Nova, they don't feel pressured. They know the longer this goes on, every minute that passes is another kick that Iza gets on the turret. The war of attrition will always favor Nova. So they don't feel pressure to start the fight.
The score is 6-6, but it does not reflect that now as Nova have been slowly accruing a lead for themselves. Through the past couple minutes, once that Elder had gone over it just has not been Rolster Y's game.
And just like that, they see Doe on the other side of the map and he started the Baron. It's so low.
Once again, the fog of war, they have no idea this is happening. The Baron going down.
Okay, never
mind.
mind.
But it's been reset. Nova do not want to fight for this one. Do not want to run the risk of game 1 going the way of a coin flip.
The patience coming in from Nova, it's respectable for sure, but I feel like they can afford to take a little bit more risk. You are so strong right now, but I agree with what you said. Nova, they don't want to lose a single game. They came in saying, we are going to trio today.
Quickly trying to find a fight on the Remake. Remake's Black Shield popped and taken away. Yami over the back, so tanky still. Iza's still alive, comes through. The knock of the Cyclone won't do much work, not against them. Flashing forward, trying to find a knockback here. The Guardian Angel finally gets burned here for the Camille. Long joins into the fight. A little bit late in.
Package is here.
But Nova will still be able to force Rolster Y away.
Iza so close there with the Buffett hookshot flash to taking down Doe. And if he takes down Doe, you know what that spells. That's going to be Baron gone.
Nian quickly goes in, trying to take down Zero. Zero needs to flash away, use his barrier as well. Both summoners burnt the moment Nian moves in.
Every mistake you make, Nova will capitalize. They will punish you. You can't afford to make a single mistake, and that's so difficult in these late game scenarios where you just don't know what to do, frankly. You get drawn between the Baron, between the bot lane turret, and look at where he is right now. He has one job. He goes back down there. He's going to kick the turret once more. It's going to fall, and the game is going to start to fall apart for Rolster Y. Closing in on 30 minutes right now. Full builds on basically everyone.
I love what's happening here on both sides, right? Once your Guardian Angel is down, switch over to Starry's Gauge. When your Starry's Gauge is down, switch over to the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, really good point.
You can see here from Zero, he now has a GA. Unfortunately, I don't think it does that much for him. But Iza doesn't have it on his, so
they have to kill him here
to take down the Camille. But of course, you have the hook shot. So easy to dash away.
Camille just starts a fight right now. Just force a fight on Zero.
Baron going. Doe so far, he has to run over quickly, but it's not going to be in time. Trying to steal it away, but Nova are able to secure it. You will not be able to take the major objectives away from
Remake
Long.
is dead.
Rolster Y still trying to fight by the backline. Long taking down Luna, finishing off Rattel. Iza joins to the fight now. He's fighting 1 versus 3, but he deals with them so easily. Rolster Y losing 3 members, a 4th in the form of Noel. And with Nova running them down, chasing after a kill, it looks like Nova's predictions might just be right, Omo.
3-0 is a real possibility right now. It looks like Nova. That was a game that Rolster was controlling from the start, from the first skirmish in the dragon on the top lane. But the moment you slip up, you make one mistake. Nova playing around long, they just capitalize and they go in for the end. 30 minutes in.
And Rolster Y play out a slow end game, giving space to Nova. Nova capitalized, picking up game number 1 in their favor.
What a fantastic game coming in from Nova. What restraint coming in from Nova. I expected the Camille to be how they won the game, but Nova says, no, we have multiple ways to win the game. And Yami the men
versus Nomel at one point in the very early game, but eventually, as we can see, Nova Esports did pull through. And Stuart, you wanted to bring this up as well. Rattel didn't have a very good game.
Yeah, I think there was a point where Rattel had like 2 kills. You'd say had 0, but he was still like 1,500 gold behind. I think the laning phase for Rattel was very, very weak. I think Wukong is just a champion that doesn't really suit him. I think when you come from the Horizon Cup and you see Rattel at the Horizon Cup, he used to playing these carries up in the Baron lane, but now the meta has kind of shifted a little bit. You know, we're seeing a lot more like Wukong, Shen, these a lot more tanky champions. Even Camille's really building a lot more tanky now as well, and that's not really suiting Rattel's playstyle. But I also think that there's a level of a step up now from icons from obviously Horizon Cup last year.
Right, and a lot of that was a concerted effort by Rolster to start roaming after the first Herald. Once they did that, I think Rattel was down on the bottom side of the map trying to engage with the